Don't do it.
You've started so many podcasts like that, man.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Hello, welcome to Day One Patch Podcast, episode 246. I see you looking over here, Adriano, double checking my work.
Yeah.
You saved us last time, so yeah. That's Adriano.
Hi.
That's Matt Lawrence.
It is. Why was it like a trailing off? That's Matt Lawrence.
That's the flow of my voice.
All right.
I'm Ryan
Keep
Johnson.
an eye on you now.
Okay. We got E3 news, although more just a recap of when all the conferences are. We also have more evidence of next-gen consoles quickly approaching. Sony is no longer selling digital codes at retail. That's for the games, not for their the currency in their store. PSN name changes are still coming, according to new policy updates.
Did you hear that, Dragonfire?
What's that?
Go ahead.
Sony is closing Driveclub servers.
I'm fucking howling.
Oh my god!
Man, that got pushed to my phone. I was fucking howling when I read that.
Borderlands 3 has also been announced, and there's some talk about Borderlands 3 being crossplay support.
I thought you were about to say Borderlands 4.
Having crossplay support. Yeah, Borderlands 4.
And there's talk about Borderlands 4. I was like, here we go.
Yeah. It's like the presidential elections. Once one's over, they're already talking about the next one.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. It's business, man. Big business. All right, what's new, guys?
Adriano.
Apart from Logan's Run.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Coming to a TV near you.
Nobody watches that.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
It was canceled, I'm pretty sure.
It's 15 episodes.
But there was a movie as well, and they're remaking a movie. So
It doesn't...
Logan's Run coming soon to theaters.
Unless...
Take it away, Adriano. Take it away.
What's new? I haven't really been playing anything.
I've been playing Hearthstone in Division 2.
That's pretty much it. There you go.
Done deal.
Matt,
what do you
Is
what's
that it?
new?
Jesus
pretty
Christ.
much. I think so. Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of Division 2.
What happened to Unity?
I've been putting Unity on hold because of Division.
Did you guys get an agent report? And I'm calling it that, but it's like a report from Ubisoft for the
No.
Division 2.
No, and I don't.
I got like DC's in Flames or something like that.
And I don't.
But I thought that was
this.
from like CNN or something.
Damn it. No, I got this thing that says your fight is just beginning. It's an email, and it tells me how much time we've played. And we have played a total of 38 hours and 27 minutes.
Man, Matt, you and I got a long way to 300 hours.
You're damn right. And we are 7 hours, 30 minutes into the Dark Zone.
Are you going for 300 hours?
No, but I'm not going to aim for it. I'll probably just get there anyways.
Yeah, just through slow and gradual grind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just speaking of which, well, not speaking of which, but Resident Evil 2 is 34% off right now.
There you go.
Spotlight sale on PSN.
No, get it for PC. You have a PC now, Ryan.
Why are you so pro PC?
Because I'm thinking about future games that Sony's being fucking dickheads about, where we won't be able to play together.
But I still have this console.
Wait a second here. You're the one separating off. What's going on here?
You're causing the change.
Yeah, you're causing the change, and you're like, what's happening?
No, you want no, you want to know my reasoning?
Here
It's
we go.
because Sony is the only one that's not playing ball.
All right.
If I'm on PC and you guys are on Xbox or wherever, like we're good in any other combination pretty much, except for PlayStation. As soon as you introduce PlayStation, that's when shit starts to break down.
Although not every Xbox game is crossplay supported with PC,
But
right?
they're getting better though.
I mean, it's mostly their exclusives, right?
And Borderlands.
And Borderlands potentially.
So Gearbox,
it showed up.
Gearbox hasn't confirmed it, but Microsoft has.
So,
What's up? You're just looking at me, and all you do is turn to me and say, "So."
Because I
It's still your
want
turn.
your turn. What are you playing, Matt?
Was it still my turn? I just.
yeah, you started attacking Adriano.
Oh right.
Well, he attacked me on getting games for PlayStation.
Maybe we shouldn't call this "What's Up." We should call
And-
it just the brawl section.
Resident Evil 2 is a single player game, is it not?
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter where I play it.
It look better though.
Matt?
I'm playing Division 2. Division 2 and a whole fuck ton of Blades, Elder Scrolls Blades.
Yeah, I started playing that again. There's an update just recently.
Yeah, and it fixed my
Big one.
frame rate issues.
Big update, but they said they're going to be smaller after that.
Bethesda always has that problem. It appears like with 76 and Blades are the only two examples right now that I could think of. But but even still, like it seems like their first ones are always really big.
Well,
But it wasn't even that
probably
big,
Just
in my
probably because
opinion.
they have a lot of changes to make right away.
Yeah, well, I mean, it fixed my frame rate issues, but I was having just periodic like skips, and I was having this really weird issue too last night, and Tim commented on this too, where my device maintenance or device care app, whatever, like the text of an app is going crazy and using a whole bunch of battery and stuff. It like you said, there's a problem with an app. Clicked on it, and it said that Blades was crashing constantly, but I wasn't playing it. So I'm curious as to whether those hiccups were like a graphics driver crashing or whether in the background it was crashing but never told me. I don't know.
But that was all fixed or what?
That report came out right after the update, and that Care app takes a little while to figure it out. So I think it may be talking about the old version of the app, and I wasn't sure. That,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but like I haven't actually seen it crash.
Mm-hmm.
So
Total time in the Dark Zone.
Oh, no.
6 hours. Total time as a rogue, 2 hours. Third of our time in the Dark Zone is us rogue.
pretty good.
I find that hilarious. All right.
The Dark Zone's pretty disappointing.
It really is.
It
It
is-
actually.
I think that there is. I think that when we hit level 30, I think we're going to get a different Dark Zone.
Well, Matt, I need you to do some research.
Well, I need to look up because when we were all playing with Aaron, and I don't think you were quite level 30 yet, Ryan, but Aaron was level 30. You were like level
Wait,
29.
you're
I
talking
think.
level 30 Dark Zone or level 30
Level 30
character?
in general. And
Okay.
I'm guessing here, but Aaron was level 30. You were like level 29 or something. Adrian and I like level 25. And when we went into the
Bitch class,
the
right, Matt?
west, yeah, when we went into the Dark Zone, the west one, it said DZ
West?
mismatch.
Right.
And then, but when we went in, it was still fine. But I'm wondering if that means that when you hit level 30, you get into a different Dark Zone, which is why we're not seeing anyone, because most people have probably played enough to get to level 30. Because we're not really grinding experience, we're just kind of fucking around. Like, we're not being super efficient. If we were even being super efficient and played less, we would still be level 30.
I don't really feel an incentive to go in there though.
Yeah, right now, Matt.
Nothing drives me to go in there.
Yeah.
I think you will when you get gear score.
No,
Because
maybe.
you're going to want to get, like, the gear. That's the intention, I think.
Yeah, maybe. But I was listening to a guy who reviewed it today, and he was saying that the Dark Zone was pretty disappointing and just not.
I like the
There was no-
mechanics, but I don't like how there's a lack of players.
Yeah, just the fact that as soon as they split it into 3, it's like that's a terrible idea.
Well, or even if they split it into 3, but you had to match make. Like, you're like, I
So-
want to go in the Dark Zone. It match makes you into an almost full match every time. That would make
Let me
more
ask you this.
sense.
Let's say we're max level and whatever.
Yeah.
What does it matter going into which Dark Zone?
because
Does it matter?
no, but the problem is though, I'm assuming that they didn't up their player limit per server. But if you have 3 Dark Zones, you're immediately splitting your player base.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying if we were like just sitting down and said, "Let's go to a Dark Zone," is there a benefit to choosing one over the other? Like, why even have 3 Dark Zones?
I do. I'm not too
Is there
sure.
better loot in the higher level ones?
The south one gives us morphine, which we needed at one point for
don't
the
even know what the fuck's going on.
the
with
Thieves
that.
Den guy in the east one needed it. And the only place we ever found morphine was the southern place. So maybe it's a good reward, though. It might be a good reward.
Well, I guess we'll find out in another
Is-
34 hours.
Is there a loot specific incentive?
Not to me. That
I'm
last mission we just played, like the last story mission, got a ton of awesome loot from that one. So
I'm still not figuring out. So in my inventory screen, there's like a circle with like a square, then like another
Yeah,
that logo on the top left.
yeah.
What is that?
I don't know yet. I've seen. I know exactly what you're
turn to
talking
you for
about.
answers when I don't know.
I
so when
usually-
you say you don't know, that concerns me.
I usually only look at stuff when it affects me, and it hasn't affected me yet.
Okay.
No. So
what box? What was it?
there's like a circle, but it has like different sections filled in. There's like a red section, and there's like a little square in the corner.
And I'll show you afterwards because what happens, I think it's called gear or skill level.
It could be the different types of skill.
So what happens is when I go and I apply a mod onto a equipment item, like if I try to go into my backpack or my chest piece and it says, okay, apply this piece here, it'll say skill not met yet. It will give a skill requirement.
Oh, yeah,
It says skill not met, and I can put it on anyways, but I don't think it's doing anything because
Yeah.
I don't meet it. And I'm assuming that the thing on your left, like you just have to get better and get that number up for it to mean something. And then the very limited Googling that I did of it, or Binging that I did of it,
God damn it.
I think somebody just said, is like, oh yeah, if you want to get your skill level up, you just have to get better stuff. Like the more you play, the better items you get, the higher level, the more rare it is, your skill level will go up.
Yeah.
I have not.
But you're just talking about the circle that like it
Well-
changes depending on what gear you
Yeah,
put on,
change
right?
balances or something.
Yeah,
we'll
that's what I
load-
just thought it was.
Yeah, we'll load it up afterwards. I want to.
I thought it was just a visual representation of how much weight you're putting into either armor, health, or skill.
If it's a visual representation, I don't know how to fucking read that thing.
The thing is, though, is
well,
a lot of
they're
that.
color coordinated, so like health is like whatever color it is.
We'll load. I want to take a look at that.
The thing is, though, is a lot of that stuff we won't care about until we get to level 30, because then you're starting to get gear that's more permanent. Right now,
Yeah.
it's like you do a mission, you level up maybe once
And-
or twice, and then you just change all your gear out.
And most of the gear I have takes away skill. Like I've never been over 1,000 skill really.
I've never even paid attention to that.
I've
because
like
flip your gear so much.
some of them. It's like I put on a 200 skill item thing. It says like skill not met. I'm like, what is my skill level? Like, what is it at?
Well, those like those perks or whatever. What were they? Or the mods? They're like in the thousands. So you need to have skill.
So
in
here's
the
the thing though,
thousands.
with the mods in your inventory, those go onto pieces of equipment, wearable equipment. Those will get broken down when you dismantle the item. You have to unequip those if you want to save them.
Mm-hmm.
The mods for the guns you get through other means, but those you just have.
Yeah.
So when I can take when I unlock that scope, I can just apply it to any gun that I have that has a scope, and when I dismantle that gun, I still have that scope. I find that very odd.
All right.
Interesting.
I've been playing a handful of things. I'm juggling a bunch right now. So with the Division 2, obviously, I'm trying to make my way through the original Tomb Raider on my PC, and I started BioShock on my PC.
I came down here, you're playing it, makes me want to replay BioShock. It's so fucking good.
It's difficult. I'm finding it pretty difficult.
Really?
Yeah,
I never found that game difficult.
I know there's a way to increase my health, but I've only done it once, and I don't really know what the method is to continue to increase my health. So I'm literally just scrounging for health packs all the time, and constantly healing because I'm getting hit and shot and attacked, and
So good, so fucking good.
And then it's tough. I'm not sure how they want me to handle the plasmids, because right now I can only have 2. Obviously, you can unlock more as you progress, but it's like I don't know which 2 to have. And then sometimes I run into situations where it would be good to have one I don't have, but it's like, how could I have known that situation was going to happen without seeing it first? Do I have to go see the situation, run back to a machine, swap out my plasmid?
I think I did Hack and Thunderbolt. I think those were my
Forever?
two.
Like just for most of your play?
I'm pretty sure. Maybe towards the end of the game, I might have swapped out Hack.
And then the gear swapping's horrible. Just a horrible mechanic for there.
I find it weird that refill health is on.
The face buttons?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of
I
strange.
find that very odd.
Yeah, but I got used to it pretty
But
quick.
you get used to it because it's like when you want to heal, you just fucking I mean, like you have a sliver of health and you don't want to die, you just mash it on that button and it's right there.
And they have health represented by red, and so the B button on Xbox is red. And then your plasmid recharge is blue, which is, I think you recharge via X. And that's the blue button on Xbox. So it kind of makes sense for that,
Yeah,
but not on PlayStation.
because it wasn't on PlayStation.
It wasn't on originally?
It originally wasn't on PlayStation.
Oh, wow.
That's
I forgot about that.
this is one thing about the like Xbox 360 had exclusives out the yin yang, and they slowly lost them all.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah,
Very strange.
BioShock was and that's why it bothered me when they put the Big Daddy in the PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, whatever it is. It's like that was like, oh, you can play as a Big Daddy now. It's like that wasn't even a fucking PlayStation character. Like that was
Well, it's funny that a lot of their exclusives were third-party exclusives. They didn't own the studios.
who, Microsoft?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
something like Mass Effect.
Because the PS3 was a fucking shit show to develop for. So it was like we can only develop on the 360.
No, but I'm just saying it's funny that because
Yeah.
like Sony bought a lot of the studios that they own that are now just pumping out hit after hit, and then Microsoft had to catch up later, and then lost all those early exclusive deals because Mass Effect and BioShock both came to PS3.
Has there been a big, like, since Sony's been doing that, has there been a big flop? Or has there been a flop?
Whatchamacallit? The Order.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a big one, I think, right?
It's not from one of their big studios, but it was one of their studios.
And it's like a very Sony games have a certain look to them.
That game was good apart from the gameplay. It only failed on which is a big major part, obviously. But if they just like had tightened up the gameplay a bit and made it a little more engaging and fun, it would have been a fantastic game. So it's
really
kind
short,
of
too, isn't it?
it's short. It's kind of sad to see them kind of trip up on just a, something that you should get right as a video game studio.
Kind of sounds like it was rushed, maybe, or something.
I don't know if it was or not, or maybe they just spent too much time on the visuals because the game looks incredible. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but
Is it on? It's only on PS4.
yeah. Just download it and take a look at it.
I was gonna say, are you gonna do that on your PC? But I just asked.
Yeah.
It was only on PS4, so.
Other than that, like a flop, I don't know.
Because I'm surprised that like things like Horizon Zero Dawn, which are new IPs, did well. Because they're new IPs.
Is that an exclusive?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Killzone guys made that one, which is hilarious because Killzone is completely different. You wouldn't guess it was the same studio.
Although the robots look very similar. It looks very Killzone.
The design, yeah, but just the complete different mood and setting.
They gotta reboot fucking Killzone. Fuck.
I want them to reboot Killzone and Resistance.
Yeah, Resistance would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be great this year? Well, not at E3, but if Sony announced a new, or for next gen, they announced a new Resistance.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
At least like modernize and bring back like give us a triple pack, and give like an HD collection, but like a proper remaster.
Driveclub flop.
Driveclub flop. But was that when they were buying
Two versions
studios?
of that game too, free and a paid.
That's really
It
sad.
got delayed.
It was supposed to be
Holy-
their big PS Plus game, right? It was supposed to be
Holy
free on PS Plus.
Oh, that's
Fuck.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
What a mess. I remember the first time I ever saw that game was at Target. Target Canada. For those of us unenlightened there. And we all know how that one went.
All right, so that's what I've been up to. Speaking of E3.
Fucking pissed.
Jesus.
What happened?
I shouldn't be pissed, but now I'm upset.
I should be pissed, but now I'm upset.
No, tomorrow apparently they're expecting it to be one of the biggest rallies or protests tomorrow in Toronto. The students are gathering to oppose the changes in the Ford government. And apparently
For the education, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently they're just going to just block the downtown Toronto area.
And that's where you're going to be?
I'm a guy in a separate chat. Like I'm in one group chat trying to figure out plans to get to Toronto tomorrow. Like I'm going to the gym in the morning, immediately getting in the car, picking up two guys and going to Toronto. Another guy's like talking about how much of a debacle and how much of a disaster Toronto is going to be tomorrow between 9 and 4 specifically. How like students are coming in by go buses and like how they're just going to.
What's happening?
The students are.
I mean, this is a political show.
It's just students did a walkout. What's today?
This Friday on the 5th?
Yeah. So yesterday, students did a walkout. Tomorrow, they're gathering in Toronto to rally against Ford, the changes in the Ford government. Have you heard about like the changes in?
I don't read news. Like to be totally clear,
He's cutting a bunch of jobs and consolidating things. So pretty much class limits are going to go from on paper. They're going to go from an average of 22 to 28.
okay.
All right. The problem is though, there's certain factors not taking into consideration, like the fact that he's counting EAs and other faculty as teachers when they're not. So when you take that into consideration, student class sizes could go up to like 32, 34.
I see.
And
Is that to accommodate because like there's not enough classrooms?
there's not enough or they're coming back to teach jobs on teaching. There's going to be
Oh, they're
estimated
cutting
like
jobs.
There's like thousands of jobs being
like
lost.
3,400 jobs by 2023 are going to be gone in teaching in Ontario.
EAs or teachers?
Teachers. EAs are probably going to be in that mix too.
What's the student population doing? Is it going up or down? Like, what I'm asking is, are they going to use that extra class size stuff, or is it going to be like, it's still going to be like the old class size, but it could go big if there's a busy district?
Well,
I guess technically it could go big. It will most definitely go big.
Okay.
The millennials generation and the one after us are pretty large generations.
Oh, they're large. I thought they were
They're
smaller than before.
They're large generations. I think they're actually rivaling the baby boomers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it's a massive increase, I think.
We need to get Ford out of here. How do we call an early election? How do we do this?
Well, they have to call it. Don't they?
I don't know.
I don't.
The
This
Ford-
isn't
the
a
Ford
political show,
administration.
people.
It should be.
Yeah.
This should be a political show. Just
Welcome
in the
to
middle of this.
Politics.
Yeah. What? Politics?
Yeah.
That sounds like a shitty like political parrot name.
It's the name of our new podcast.
Well, it's a shitty political parrot name. It's like the local parrot that like their mascot
Oh,
of the office.
Polytalks is what you
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, so E3 is not what it used to be, but we do have
It's dead.
we,
I
we,
was about to recite the Simpsons line.
what? Oh no!
Ain't what it used to be.
Damn it!
Damn it.
Now we're a Simpsons podcast, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hey, if you guys want to do Simpsons, I'll do a Simpsons podcast.
Wasn't there one where the guy you were watching or listening to it? They reviewed like every episode.
Every,
of
two Australian guys.
That sounds
It's
fantastic.
fucking hilarious.
So anyway, Electronic Arts, their EA Play event is on June 7th. Nintendo is on Saturday, June 8th. Bethesda's on Sunday, June 9th. Ubisoft, June 10th. PC Gaming Show, which is a long-ass, boring show, will be on June 11th. You going to be watching that one now, Adriano? Your big PC gamer
there you
over
go.
there?
There you go, buddy.
I checked the shared calendar, guys. It's fucking in there. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, I've been plopping them down in there.
One thing I noticed, this doesn't have Bethesda. Didn't they confirm? Oh, no, June 9th.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
It is. Yeah, but the things with Bethesda didn't give it time. Like they said,
Right.
it's on June 9th. We just don't know what time. So
Well, because they
that's-
usually
then-
do. Last year they did like a little festival thing.
Microsoft is usually on Monday, but didn't they switch to... Did they switch times?
I thought they switched around a few times, like over the years. But I don't actually know. I don't remember.
Did they switch to like earlier or later? I don't know. Everything's been shifted because they're now starting the stuff on Friday. The EA Play event starts on Friday, so
What?
like it's moving, it's creeping backwards.
That's weird. That's
just give me my
weird.
state of plays and my Nintendo Directs now. I'm fine. Get rid of E3.
I don't mind the state of play. Did you watch it actually? Did
Yeah.
you go back and
Well,
watch it?
I watched it minus when I got called up to a ward.
I still want a visual human representative.
No,
It's
I'm
weird,
good.
just this voice from nowhere, just talking.
No,
being like,
I'm good.
and it's very studio and like rehearsed and
Yeah,
Well, I
so,
mean, everything's
so-
kind of
yeah, so
rehearsed.
it's good. So there's no fuck ups.
it's
There's
just, but it's not-
there's less points of failure.
It's not very engaging though. It's
I got the information across.
It's like a
20,
month-
20 minutes. I knew how long it was going to be before I went in. I'm like, this is perfect. I can watch this on my lunch break.
yeah.
It was perfect.
So anyway, there you go. There's the dates for them all. We'll see what happens next year. That's what I'm curious about. Will Microsoft drop out, do you think?
I don't think Microsoft will. I think Microsoft wants to be the king now. They want to be the big boys because now they are the big boy. I think
Yeah.
He'll be the only one left, you mean?
that's fine. Yeah, hey, they don't give a fuck, right?
Microsoft is in a very, very good position. They're not there yet, but they are.
Phil Spencer's killing it. I think
Yeah,
he's
they
killing
are-
it, man.
They're doing so many things right now.
Well, speaking E3, new consoles might be getting announced as well. Now, if I recall, Microsoft announced or alluded to something last year about next-gen consoles.
I don't know.
Yeah, they said Xbox generations to come or something,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. And so maybe we'll get more information this year.
We'll probably get like a really obscure like trailer at the
Yeah.
end, where it'll be like, "All right, thanks for coming," and then it'll like cut to like a weird little.
It'll
teaser.
be a 2.5 minute interview, very, very vague.
You think it's gonna be an interview?
No, sorry. It's gonna be 2.5 minute of developers and engineers talking about
Oh.
future hardware and the potential.
All the capabilities.
And there's
the,
gonna be really cool close up shots of some boards and some circuits somewhere. And that's gonna be it.
I think it's gonna be a shadow of it. We're gonna see the shadow of it.
That's probably it right there.
Well, they're going to add some serious RGB to
I
the
will
consoles,
even
man.
guess. I will even guess that the.
Don't ask me. I don't use
I,
RGB.
I will even guess that there will be an X somewhere in there
An X?
because of an Xbox.
What if they make it portable? What if they make a portable Xbox?
They don't have to because now
They have the Switch,
They have
yeah.
the Switch now.
But they should do that.
Nope, they actually shouldn't. If they had half a fucking
Well, like
brain,
dockable, obviously. Come
no,
on
no.
now.
If they had half a fucking brain, they should stay the fuck away from the mobile market. They should just put their stuff on the Nintendo Switch.
Why?
Because they know and they're working towards becoming a service.
No, but they're not. But
That's
they're not
what-
competing with the Switch regardless. Like even if they go mobile, they're not competing with the Switch. The Switch is for Nintendo folk, for Nintendo fans. I would say they're still not competing with them.
But you're competing with a company to get like Matt. Most people are not going to carry two devices with them.
No, but a lot of people might be like, "Oh, I want to play Mario on the go," or I specifically want to play like Forza on the go.
You're fighting for screen time, too, though.
But I mean, that's always been the case for everything.
But
technically Samsung's in the mix then, trying to get you to use Galaxy.
Why pay money for development for R&D on a thing to try to and production costs when you could just develop for a system that's already out there?
Well, what I was thinking is,
especially if they're saying we need to be a service in the future, not a hardware manufacturer.
well, that's what I was going to say. Is I was thinking maybe they would do something like PC streaming or something, like stream from the like they already do it, but like stream from the PC with like a portable thing. And or vice versa if it's docked. That type of stuff.
That's different because they already have that. If they want a tablet where you can just stream the Xbox games,
yeah,
you have your Microsoft Surface done. Like that's already set to go.
No, but you need the Xbox.
That's also expensive.
Yeah, you need the Xbox. This is like I buy the Xbox portable, and then I can like play all my Xbox games on there and stuff. But if you were in Ryan's shoes and you just recently bought a PC and you already had an Xbox portable, you could stream your games from that, but it would be to your couch, rather than having to have like a whole other entertainment unit area. And I still don't think they're really competing with Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo's really competing with many people.
I don't think Nintendo's really a competitor, just because like their games. A lot of people buy their consoles for their games,
and that's it.
And that's
I just can't see the meeting where it's like, oh yeah, we're making sure all our games get on Nintendo, and we're introducing Xbox Live and Nintendo and iOS and Android. But let's make a portable console anyways.
But you think
that,
though
like,
that
I
don't think they'll make one.
I don't see that happening.
I don't know if that's the reason though.
What would be the reason?
They've just never been interested in the portable market.
Well,
they could have had a Vita-like device, during the 360 era, and they didn't do it. And then they could have done it again during Xbox One. They just didn't do it. And they talked about how they had like no interest to get into that field.
What if it's in the form factor of like a Surface?
They didn't even enter VR.
Well, they have HoloLens,
but not for Xbox.
It's still early on.
Yeah, HoloLens I think is going to spawn out a lot of products. Like Windows Mixed Reality is one thing that probably spawned from that. I think what if this thing is what if the next Xbox is like a Xbox like laptop, like a Surface laptop that's just an Xbox
with a docking station? Oh my god!
and you attach like the Surface Hub. You buy the Surface Hub and you just.
I mean, that is what I want.
That's like that. That would be the Xbox portable to me. I'd fucking buy that without a question. I'd purchase that actually. It's like, oh, there you go.
All right.
Is that you jerking out money?
That was me just throwing a money clip at them.
That was you like
no
doing one motion into the other.
It is funny too that like PlayStation, it doesn't sound like they're gonna have anything around this time even. So like, there's gonna be so much news coverage of E3, and Sony's gonna be left out. And Sony used to have the benefit of being the last conference, and so they actually stayed in the mainstream. For a lot longer than the other conferences, and now they've abandoned all that. It's very strange.
Yeah, they'll be the losers at the back without a date to the prom.
I want to know what type of or how many people are in my shoes where I really only get my news from E3. Like I watch the conferences, and that's how I know what games
I find
are
that
coming
weird.
out.
Matt, that's also not true with you because you come here week after week, and we
yes.
feed you news articles. So
but
he
doesn't visit like sites like GameSpot.
Yeah, I don't read this stuff myself.
Yeah, he doesn't do it, but he has two people to curate that stuff for him.
That's
true. And we do send articles and stuff on the chat.
Yeah, like that. You are also not a good example.
But I also think that if you're someone who watches E3, I think you're probably someone who is plugged in somehow.
But a lot of people might like the way I envision it, and I don't know if this is correct, but like it'd be whoa, you're throwing at me here.
Cliff bars.
The way I envision it is like it'd be the person that just goes like, oh, I'll watch this. Like the person that maybe watches trailers would just watch this, and maybe they're not like plugged in, as in like they don't want to have all that.
I think they watch the
Twitter
trailers.
feed
Yeah, I think they only see the trailers.
So it's like
a lot of people, I think.
But I think like maybe do those people only tune in around E3 time? You know what I'm trying to say? Like these people don't want to have all this stuff in their social feed, but it'll pop into their YouTube feed.
I think inadvertently though.
Maybe
there's probably just an influx of trailers and like, oh, they have all these cool games coming out, but they don't really care about E3 per se. I mean, there's millions of gamers now, so there's all types of different people now.
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, according to GameStop, new consoles are going to be coming relatively soon. This comes from GameSpot. So during your earnings call, They expect hardware sales to slow down in 2019 on account of people hearing about new consoles and waiting for them to arrive. And they say, with respect to new hardware, we get closer to the end of the current console cycle for Xbox and PlayStation. We expect demand to decline as some customers choose to wait on the sidelines in anticipation of acquiring the next generation of innovative consoles. This comes from CFO Rob Lloyd. Do you hear, like, GameStop's losing a lot of money, eh?
I think they're in trouble.
I think it was like $600 million or something they lost.
I think they're in some serious trouble. Yeah.
So I bet they're hoping on a new console to kind of boost their sales a bit.
Well, I'm wondering, but the thing is, though, is the reason why I'm saying they're in trouble is that's a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen every day.
The consoles right now are selling like hotcakes, and that's not helping them. This was like a super successful console generation. You know? So even with Xbox, who's not reporting the numbers, they were still selling more than the 360, I think, weren't they?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah.
But even then, like this is still a record-breaking.
Sony will probably get to 100,000 consoles pretty soon. I think they last reported like 90 or something like that.
How much?
Didn't they? 80 or 90 or something?
80, 90 what?
Million.
I thought you said 1,000. I was like,
No.
I thought it was higher than that.
No, it's still done like the first few weeks, I think.
Like Jesus. Yeah, fuck. I pre-ordered mine. Like right when they was announced. Both
So
of them.
I'm gonna predict that the next gen console is gonna come out like next year or next summer.
They usually do fall. I think they still want to hit that
next
Christmas
fall.
season.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. I still think that applies.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only real thing that maybe retailers get affected by, I think, a lot of the time.
So that's coming up. That's gonna be coming up quick.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because like now I know like time seems to like get shorter as you get older, but the PS3, Xbox 360 generation seemed like it lasted forever. And like we took it through high school and even college a bit, right?
Almost all of college. Almost all of it. It was like the last. I think you guys were out. I wasn't because I had a longer program.
Was that?
I think I was in my last. I know for sure that I was. I know for sure I only had one semester we left, but I had a few work semesters. I think I had maybe 2 or 3 semesters max total across work and thing.
I can't remember.
So, but like a year, I think. And I was in a 4-year program.
Yeah, so this console generation has felt very short to me.
This console generation was short.
2013.
Yeah.
Because the
So
360
that's-
PS3 one
Well,
was
six.
was
Or
such a-
2014, right?
2013.
20. The Wii U came out in 2012. The Xbox and PlayStation came out in 2013.
I have the day one 2013 controller for my Xbox One.
Because the other ones came out 2005, 2006, 2007.
Yes.
Yeah.
2005. What was that?
The Wii.
Oh, fuck me. I completely forgot about the Wii.
The Wii.
I thought it was the GameCube. Jesus.
No, GameCube was 2001, 2000.
I was going to say that should be
2000?
older, and I couldn't
Yeah.
place it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that.
Pretty good.
So then you have it's probably the same amount of time, it just feels shorter. Because from 05 to 2012 is 7 years.
Yeah.
So then you have from from 05 to 2013, 8 years. So from 2013 to 2020.
I wonder
7
if
years.
it's the...
It just feels shorter.
Well, I was wondering if it's the gaming habits. Like, I'm not sure what your gaming habits were, but we would play the same Call of Duty almost all year. And so maybe it was like...
Yeah, that was nuts, eh?
The fatigue starts setting in at like the 8-month mark or 7-month mark. And so you just keep playing it every, a couple nights a week or whatever.
It's funny
it is.
that kind of died off because we did that almost every Call of Duty.
It broke off when when everything
until
shattered in the console generation.
I think after no, but because you, me, and Aaron still played Ghost a bunch. We played Advanced Warfare, and then what was after that? Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2?
No, Black Ops 2 was on the old consoles, I'm pretty sure.
Black Ops 3 then I think was when we stopped.
Because Black Ops 4 is the new one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or am I missing some there? Because they all had the same name at some
Well,
point.
there's Call of Duty World War II, Advanced Warfare, Ghosts. And those aren't in order, obviously.
Ghost was that was the first
That was
on,
the first
on next
one.
gen.
Friggin' dogs.
And then was it Advanced Warfare?
Ghosts, and then I think Advanced. Because I remember Advanced Warfare a lot because Aaron and I both got a really bad flu, and we literally played like 12, 13 hours a day for like 2 weeks.
Should you not be resting if you're like...
That is resting to me, though. Like,
I mean,
That was
it
that fucking
depends-
flu where I died. That was awful.
It depends on what illness I have.
You were out because you had you had double ear
The
infection.
double ear infection, I didn't want to do a single thing. And then I got food poisoning for one day. Oh my God. That was when they announced the Battlefield 1. I had food poisoning that day, and I was laying upside down on my bed watching the Battlefield 1 announcement.
Oh, wait. Did you have double ear infection and then got food poisoning?
Not that close.
Oh, okay.
But that double ear infection was the worst thing I've ever experienced.
Pretty bad, eh?
Yeah. All right. Speaking of retailers like GameStop, Sony is no longer selling PS4 digital codes.
I have a real bad opinion of them for that, actually.
Explain, Matt.
How are kids supposed to get their digital games?
So, if I go into the story here, this is from GameSpot. So, apparently GameSpot, Jesus Christ, apparently GameStop, the retailer, is fine with it.
Ow.
Because they're still selling the store currency.
Yeah, like you can still walk in and just get those prepaid cards.
And
Yeah,
it
credit
sounds
onto your
For like the gems or whatever the fuck it is.
it sounds to me
right?
like
What are you talking about?
which is a PSN credit.
it's real money, yeah.
Oh, for like wallet credit. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry. Okay.
So it sounds to me like most people actually do that.
Oh, well then I'm fine with that then. I thought it was like a kill off.
I mean, the only reason I can see having the digital codes for sale in the store was like, I don't know, someone's parents or grandparents wanted to buy a gift.
If you wanted to gift it specifically.
Yeah.
Yes.
And maybe they just don't do that much.
I remember I bought the Fallout 4 DLC in store
That's
with a code
that's
on a
weird.
receipt.
That's weird.
Because I had a couple of gift cards and I just used those. But that's why I did that.
So this comes from the GameStop CFO, Rob Lloyd. Most of the sales of full game downloads at retail come in the form of currency. So the move by Sony to go back to the currency model, we don't expect it to have a material impact on our results because we'll continue to sell that currency. So they seem unfazed by it. I wonder if they just weren't seeing the sales. It's weird. It's weird to even think about, oh, I need to go buy this game digitally at a store. Like that's such a weird concept. I would never think to do that.
I agree though. I agree, but at the same time, if you're a kid who doesn't want to deal with the disc, which is probably like some parents now are tech savvy, right? And so it's like, and so they're like, oh, don't get the disc because you'll lose the disc or drop the disc. Just get a digital code. Like that like what Adriano was saying. They want to go for a specific game. They're like, oh, this game's out. I'm gonna go buy that game. They just buy the digital code because it's the same friggin' thing.
I just wonder how much that's actually happening though.
That's a good question.
And Sony needs to incorporate a gift system on their store.
They don't have one, do they?
No, I should be able to gift you guys a game if I want to.
Xbox does.
Do they?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Why not?
I remember it was added. I'm fairly certain it wasn't added that long ago, a couple years ago or something.
More PSN news. Name changes are still coming, according to policy changes. Comes to us from comicbook.com. So the actual policy change was not for the names, but it was for a new return policy on the PlayStation Store that allows users to cancel their pre-orders of a digital game and get their money back within 14 days if the game hasn't been downloaded. But in that same policy outline, it talked about how you can change the change of your online ID, which notes that you cannot cancel or obtain a refund for your purchase because you changed your online ID. What? Meaning, if you buy a game, then change your online ID, you won't be able to cancel or obtain a refund just based off of this. So let's say you pre-ordered a game.
Okay.
You then change your name.
Okay.
Apparently, you lose that ability to refund it.
Why the fuck can't they just do something normally? Like, have a fucking name change.
Probably because the system's still broken, right? Their fix is really a workaround, not a fix.
Oh, fuck me.
Right?
Like,
So the workaround probably stops this from happening. So if I pre-order under my username,
yeah.
change my username, Sony doesn't know now
Are you
what to connect it to,
tapping
apparently.
my chat? Like, so there's no way I'm changing my name on there. That's it. I'm just
it
my
sounds way too
shitty
risky.
kitty name the whole time.
It might be bad, but I feel like they should just reset.
I would be
create a
kind of
system-
down with them doing that and like taking PSN off for 24 hours and doing like a full reboot.
And create a system where like I can just transfer my information to the new account.
That's what I mean.
So I can get all my trophies and all my game saves. And obviously, it's still going to break those old games. But like,
No.
can they?
Why would it break my old games?
Because the old games are still looking for your current username, not for
Yeah.
the not for a number.
You know, an easy fix for that is. You know how I don't know if it said in there, but do you remember how when they were first talking about it, they said games after a certain date have to abide. Any game that is before that date has to show the first name. Not that difficult, Sony. Just force that name. Like, just say this is for new games. In old games, like I don't know, Call of Duty 3 or something,
I
it will show the old name.
But I imagine it's more difficult than that. I think they also because I think they also want the names to be recycled. And so if
here we go.
If I'm recycling my username, and it's still attached to some old game, it's going to be a little messy.
But a lot of people also aren't going to change their name as well.
But I wonder how hard it is to update older games, though.
Well, they're not going to spend money on that.
Well, you would if people were still playing it enough.
But it's still the fact of like, oh, I want to go back and look at my old Call of Duty save. Or I want to go back and look at my old Last of Us base thing. And then it's like, oh, I don't have that save anymore.
I feel like this is going to be haunting them all the way into the future.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they should just rip the Band-Aid off now and fix it.
I was going to say, maybe they should spend more time fixing this and making sure that there isn't a janky procedure.
More bad news for Sony.
There we go.
I'm like I said in the past, I'm so glad I have my name. I don't have to deal with this.
Driveclub servers are shutting down next year.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm not sure what this exactly has to do with, if it's not about now people playing, but I also heard license issues with the cars. Because that runs out, and then if they don't see enough people playing it to relicense it, it's not worth it for the car companies to relicense their stuff.
I disagree with that law, not against Sony.
I understand, why you do.
Like, it's like, you made this product. Yeah, sure, you can't add the newest Porsche or whatever, or the newest Kia, or whatever the hell you have in there. But that old stuff, sorry, I purchased the license for this. In my opinion.
Because if there's like a Toyota in a movie, it's not like if they reprint the movie, do they have to go get the licenses again?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe they do.
That might be why some movies need to be imported. Like, I try to go get some old movies. Like, I'll try to get like a bunch of old Blu-rays. And like I'll get like they'll all be like around $7.99, and then randomly it'll be like this one's an import, $20 or $30. And I assume maybe it's due to that.
So if you're still playing Driveclub, you have until March 31st, 2020 to keep playing it, and then the servers are shutting down.
That's sad.
I want to meet the 6 people who are still on that game.
I only played it like once or twice. Did you ever play it?
No, I downloaded it. Then I was going to launch it. I said, "Oh, I need to make room for something else. I'll delete and re-download later."
It had
never happened.
It had a VR version too. It was a Driveclub VR.
Jesus,
So,
that's sad.
Yeah.
Who made it? Do we know?
The guys who made MotorStorm. I want to say Polyphony.
Are they gone?
I don't know if that's right. Polyphony might be your guys there.
That's the Gran Turismo, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they gone now though? Like the dev team?
I think they might be. Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up.
So I wonder who that goes to if the studio shuts down. Like where do the game rights go to? Where does Sony? Where do they put them? Like they got to be somewhere.
They put them in a box and on the shelf, and they say, well, maybe one day if the stars align, we'll come back to this.
Evolution Studios is the developer.
Yeah. Are they gone?
Oh, I didn't look that up. I just looked up who made it.
They're probably gone.
Oh, yeah. From Google. Evolution Studios Limited was a British video game developer, etc., etc., etc.
Should have stuck with MotorStorm.
That's real fucking sad.
Next gen MotorStorm would have been great. And not that goofy like action one they had.
That was a weird one. That was weird.
End. Jeez. Borderlands 3 was announced. Did any of you see the announcement video?
The one that from the actual announcement? No, I read about that after the fact.
He started playing like magic games or magic tricks, and performing magic tricks on stage, and then they tried to play a 4K video of their trailer in Windows Movie Maker.
What?
Yeah.
And it couldn't play
Windows
it.
Media Player or Windows Movie Maker?
One of
those two.
One of those two, yeah, and it could not play 4K.
So yeah, fucking great.
So
this is why we need E3 back. It's fucking fantastic.
Then, from what I remember, from what I read, it went something like this: didn't play. Said, "Hang on, we're going to try to fix it." Then they went back and did more magic tricks
Oh my
They tried to fix it for
Christ!
5 minutes. They couldn't fix it. And they said, all right, we can't fix it, so we're just going to watch it with this in this error state, however it's fucking up. So he played it in its error state. And that was it. Until 10 minutes later when they finally fixed it and said, okay, now we're going to play it again for real.
Oh, man. What I find weird is, like, normally you would test that thing before going live.
No, not Gearbox. They're too busy.
Why not
They're too
Gearbox?
busy leaving thumbsticks at medieval times with porn on
What?
it.
Was that the allegation?
That was the allegation.
Against what's his name?
Randy Pitchford?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the allegation.
I heard them talking about it on the podcast I was listening to, and I didn't know what the allegations were.
There's a lot of stuff he's involved in. Not only, but that's the thing though. So like I this is what I'm still confused about though with the porn that was allegedly on this thumbstick. People keep on saying it was child porn. All right. But there's other reports saying he's like, no, she's over 18. And like there was never really I don't know if there's other cases of this or
And there was no charges brought against him either?
I so far no. But it's because the porn that was on the stick was like videos of a girl doing like a naked girl doing magic tricks.
Okay.
From what I know.
So it's definitely his, is what you're saying.
But the sources the sources where it's getting this information from, it's like yeah, she's like 18. And then I was listening to another podcast.
How do they know?
They're getting it from somewhere, and they're like, and these guys were from a reputable site, but they're like, oh yeah, no, she was underage. She was 18, or they're like, oh, that's bad. They're like, or she might have been 18. They're like, well, like that matters. They're like, oh, like,
Yeah.
like she's like, if she was 18, she was just 18. They're like, yeah, but that's a very important point here. Like that makes or breaks certain criminal charges here. So I don't even know if she was over 18.
How do they know it was his stick though?
Because there was documents.
And where did he leave it?
He left. Okay, so they're Borderlands 3 documents, and this is why we had a bunch of leaked information about Borderlands 3 earlier on, is because it came from the stick. It was left at the spot where he ate out of Medieval Times, and Medieval Times waiter picked it up.
Why would he bring that around?
I don't know. Why do you bring a stick with Borderlands 3 and possibly child porn on it?
Yeah, why would you use that for your work files even?
Fuck.
Man, humans are strange.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to bring around.
So we're all getting Borderlands 3, right?
Yeah, we're getting Borderlands 3. But,
Well, you're getting on PC. Ryan's getting on PS4. I'm not getting it.
Well,
So that's it.
I mean, I'll have.
But no one can get it on PC because it's Epic Game Store.
Well, so me and Marty played Borderlands 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Me and Adriano played Borderlands pre-sequel and a bit of 2.
I played Borderlands pre-sequel. I played Borderlands so
And
many times.
Pre-sequel is not very good.
It's not very good. I played that game
So
twice, once with you, once with my brother.
So I guess it depends where I'm getting it is going to depend on what's happening with Marty. If Marty's not going to get it and his internet doesn't get fixed, then I'll get it for PC.
Yeah.
You're gonna bow to that Epic Game Store exclusivity.
I don't care for that crap.
Yeah, neither do
although I do sympathize. They're dumb for review bombing stuff, but I
Yeah.
do sympathize with the I have all these launchers and my games are all over the goddamn place.
I get that, but I don't.
You set it up once. You go into Steam. You go to add game. You fucking bring it in. You never have to look at the other.
I was about to say you have that option,
But then you also have to keep track mentally of like where did I purchase these from in case anything happens.
But my thing is the launcher is free.
Yeah.
So I don't care if the launcher was paid for. That makes a little more. That makes more sense.
As soon as it's free, it's like yeah, this is a minor inconvenience.
Correct.
But it's just like you set it up once and you fucking or just bring it into your GeForce experience. Let that manage everything.
The problem with the GeForce experience is it's a bit slow because like you launch the game, it has to boot the launcher and then boot the game.
I agree with the launcher thing. Like I'm annoyed that like back in the day, I was annoyed that Ubisoft started doing it.
There are bigger issues though, I think.
But at the same time, I was like, oh, it's cool that like it'll just boot it up for me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Although
I'm just saying, I was just going through my launchers and I sympathize a bit with their.
Competition is good for the
frustration.
consumer.
I'm fine with the competition. We're getting free games on the Epic Game Store, so that's good.
Pretty good.
Origin did that when they launched, and then they slowly stopped it.
Oh, fuck, I want to get rid of
Isn't there a GOG?
my orange-
there's a,
my
there's a
Origin
GOG
account
launcher
is-
too.
Now I have GOG, and I got Hellblade on GOG, and
You have Hellblade on GOG?
Why did you buy that?
because it was like $10 or something like that.
Wait, Hellblade's on GOG?
Yeah,
Yeah, some new.
and I
games are
got
on
I got
there,
the
yeah.
VR version too with it.
Yeah, I got that one on Steam when I bought it on Steam. I didn't know if fucking was on GOG.
And then we got Diablo 1 on GOG.
Yeah, so I have my Xbox One. I have, if you want to count the PlayStation Remote Play thing, Uplay, Bethesda, Epic, GOG. There's another one in there. Origin.
Origins.
I'm missing one. Twitch.
Jesus.
Oh, and I don't know if you have any games on it, but it's that chatting app. Discord.
Discord. Yeah.
Discord has their own store now.
I
don't they?
Discord, but Discord's in my chat section of my thing. It's not in my game launcher section.
But it could be like if there's a really good deal from their store, and you bought that game. there.
For me though, I organize it by I organize my apps on my thing by their primary use. In fact, Twitch is probably going to move over to the video one. It's probably going to get.
It probably should. I forgot that was a launcher.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's how you play the games they give you. You have to play through there, and the Amazon exclusive games can only be done through there.
They did give away a good amount of good games. I do want to play Pillars of
Man,
Eternity.
I looked at my Twitch library. I've got like a lot of fucking games in there now. 'Cause
Oh,
of
yeah.
Twitch Prime. Like they're piling up.
It's serious. Yeah, it's a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's like I think I'm just gonna stop buying games. I'm just gonna play with what I have available to me.
Here's another question. You're saying if I can just add everything to my Steam library.
Yep.
But if I launch, Division 2 in my Steam library, does it have to boot up the Ubisoft app still?
More than likely, because the Ubisoft games are still
See,
for sale on the
that's another
Steam
frustration
store
too,
that does
then.
that.
Or just have them all start at startup like me. But fucking
No one should do that.
Hold on.
The man with the mechanical hard
I'm
drive.
advising
Hold on.
against that.
Hold on. Have them all start up a startup like me.
Wait 10 minutes.
Put shortcuts on your desktop,
Longer than that.
and then that's it. Done. Just double click it.
Says the again. I agree with Ryan. Says the man with the mechanical hard drive. I won't even use Windows 10 with an SSD.
It's bad.
It's
In
a
my
hot-
opinion,
real
it's in my
bad.
opinion, and
It's
it
a-
is my opinion only. It is incompatible.
It is.
I will not do it.
It is a hybrid drive.
Doesn't count. It's SSD or I'm out of here. Because my laptop would literally take 30 to 40 minutes to boot. Put an SSD in there, 14 seconds maybe.
It's insane how quickly Windows boots up on the solid state.
It's
though.
literally a real miracle drug.
Yeah,
It's literally a real
yeah.
miracle drug.
It's not literally.
No, it is.
Well, for computers, in the
Yeah.
world of computers.
Not literally.
You know what they do? You know the old SCSI drives for the real old computers?
Yeah, I was going to say, holy Christ, that's old.
People are now making like because they're hard to come by now. You have to buy them used, and a
Yeah.
lot of them are broken and stuff, right? You have ones with SD cards now, so people are restoring like old Macintoshes
Yeah.
and replacing the SCSI drive with a SD card.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and it emulates the SCSI like.
That's
whatever.
great.
Yeah,
I have an old, you plugged it in. I have an old slot Intel CPU. It's a Pentium 2, I think.
Oh fuck, Pentiums.
like you could swap out the actual like
It's
the
like
CPU
it
comes
looks
out.
like a it isn't a PCIe in terms of layout, but it looks like a PCIe like slot.
Mhm.
And you have to slot it in. And it has a big ass heat sink, but no fan because it didn't need it. Fucking fantastic. Someone's gonna throw it away, and I just like I'm fucking taking that.
I saw this thing on Linus Tech Tips where they had a hot swappable PCIe like expansion bay.
In the front.
No, you were just supposed to like literally take the graphics card out while the operating system was still running, and just pop a new one in. And it's
I hate
supposed
stuff
to-
like that.
It
Shut
didn't.
up.
It didn't work very well.
Yeah, but I hate stuff like that.
I
It
was
was just
saying,
turn off the
like,
computer. And
It was under
turn it back
very
on.
specific like circumstances that it worked. But I don't even know why you would need that.
That's stupid.
What situation would you need to be swapping stuff like that so quickly?
It's a good question.
Yeah. All right, the last story, also Borderlands 3. Cross-play support could happen, says 2K. This comes to us from GameSpot. So it did show up for a bit on Windows, right?
Sorry, what was that? Borderlands?
The cross-play support showed up on Windows, I think. Right?
No, it didn't show up on Windows as Microsoft said it was going to be crossplay.
Microsoft said it was gonna be
Microsoft,
cross-play,
Microsoft said it was. I don't know if it was a statement or an interview somewhere
which we imagine means between PC and Xbox.
between whatever PC platform it's on and the Xbox,
Right.
because Borderlands 3 is going to be an Epic Game Store exclusive.
But it's still gonna be on PC though. It's still the PC version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it's coming to Steam in April 2020.
But Gearbox themselves or 2K themselves has not actually confirmed this. But they did say that it is a possibility. And I guess they're going to be looking into it.
God damn it!
They're looking closely.
Why can't
but don't
Sony
have anything,
just play ball?
Don't have anything to confirm or announce at this time. But it's not just Sony not playing ball, but they're also saying it's not happening and that they're looking at it.
It's gonna happen. It's absolutely gonna happen. Like Epic wants to cooperate with other people. Microsoft wants to cooperate with other people. Like why wouldn't this happen?
We did hear that story that it might technically not be that easy on PlayStation.
That wouldn't surprise me. But like if Sony came out and said, guys, it just can't happen. Like this thing is just incapable, it'd be like, okay, you're dumb for making a shitty console, but at least like you have a reason for it. Like we can't get upset at you for incompetence. Like
I mean, I don't know if I buy that story because
I don't buy it
because
either.
Fortnite was so easily like, oh, Sony allowed it, and then they like essentially flicked the switch. It seemed.
I have to even with Sony's like cover up, they're like, oh, we're gonna start like a beta to see how it runs, and then we'll take it from there. It's
It
like,
would
you
be-
motherfuckers. You know it works perfectly fine.
It would be reassuring, though, if they did do another game, because they started with Rocket League, right?
Well, they accidentally started with Fortnite proper.
Right.
Accidentally.
But they officially started with Rocket League, and then they switched.
That was just with PC though, right?
No, I think they added Xbox.
They
didn't know that.
they've since opened it up to everyone.
And then they did Fortnite.
Yeah.
And so if they did a third game, I'd be feeling a little better. But it's been a while now, and they haven't done a third game, and so I'm kind of questioning.
Although I can't think of a third game that.
What Division you could do.
You know what would be a fantastic one?
What?
Overwatch.
I don't think Blizzard would do it.
Blizzard would for sure.
I
don't know if Blizzard would.
I don't think Blizzard wouldn't do PC to console. I don't think they would do that.
So then
But
immediately it's useless.
But they would do console to console. I can absolutely see them doing Xbox and
I don't know.
and PS4.
It's a good question because the fact that your hero gallery doesn't go across.
No, what I'm saying though is they would do just the actual lobbying on console to console.
But you don't
not
think that
the-
you still don't think the hero gallery would go across.
Because
I know. I'm saying I think the hero gallery would go across everything.
See, in my
but wait.
opinion, if they wanted to do it, they would already have PC and Xbox.
But wait, they would have to find a way to merge it if they wanted to do that.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's
Unless you're like,
a lot of that stuff when they do it, at least in terms of other programming, I'm not a game dev, but what you usually do is you extract the data and you literally quote unquote create a new one, but that's invisible to the user, and it just makes the person a new one in the exact same state that their profile is in.
right.
From my experience, again, I'm not a game dev.
Like technically,
but
all the information should be there. You just have to look at it, right? Whatever,
you
whatever
basically
it's
make a manifest
programmed there.
file.
Yeah.
yeah. You're literally just bringing it down to like a 25-digit code. And
You
then
can
saying-
do that too.
Yeah, just literally give that to the other one. Say now you get this code.
Yeah,
And
generate
done.
this. Yeah, create new profile, load this data. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just does it. Because all like on Overwatch, what is it? It's literally a hero gallery, and do they have like this item with this character? No, yes, no, yes, no. I'll just keep it on the list and just unlocks them as it goes, and that's it. And then how much gold? Here you go, and that's it. Like I mean, stats too. But they could separate them. They could separate the stats.
They can separate the stats. Also, the only thing is I would be also curious about would be XP. Like, would you just stack your X? Like, if you had level 22 on PlayStation and level 21 on Xbox.
I would say if the stats
you-
are separate, they'd keep the level separate. I'd say personally.
I would say choose whatever was highest and just obliterate the other one.
That's what I was thinking. I'm saying you dissolve your lowest ones, and every platform then just adopts your highest level one, and then you just move forward in unison after that.
You could just add up physically the XP number though.
You could do that. What I'm saying, yeah, you just
That's
stack
probably
it.
the
so
most
if you're
fair.
level 21 and 22, you just become 43.
But that's-
or-
that seems weird to me though.
Well, what I'm saying is you don't even do that necessarily. You don't add up the level. You physically add up the XP, and so you add it to the so like if the highest if your highest level is 100 and the other guy's level 22, you're not 122 necessarily. You add up that XP.
But at a certain point, the levels are all the same.
Yeah,
XP.
That's what I'm saying,
You're
but
gonna,
so
you're
it
gonna get
is-
to that point anyways.
But isn't it like quite far in? So it's like at level.
No, I level 20. That's it.
Oh Jesus!
That's
I thought
it.
it was like
Yeah,
level 50 or
I
something.
level 20, it levels out, and that's it. You just go like that.
Oh shit! I didn't know
So
that.
so if you do that method, it wouldn't be. You get a little bit of a reduction, but it still work out to almost.
And at
the
that
same.
point, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it
Oh, and
doesn't-
at 100 it would be 122 because
Yeah.
it resets. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
you just get a bunch of stars added to your thing.
And that doesn't really mean anything
Yeah,
other than, I guess, bragging rights.
doesn't matter because they don't load half the time, anyways.
Ever since that update during like the holiday season, it
Oh,
just-
how do you have an update to break shit? Oh, god damn it.
This man has 70-something updates on his phone.
No,
what are you doing?
No, I had to do a couple.
A couple. Oh, wow.
I did a
74
whole
now.
whack of updates on my phone this week, probably over 40 because I updated my OS.
I updated a Hearthstone because I wasn't getting my free card back in my free legendary. So I'm like, well, this is getting updated. I didn't have enough room to update it. I had to delete
it.
I had to delete the old app and just download it again.
Wait, so you have 74 apps at least.
At least.
There's none. All of it is vital and has to be on your phone.
I go to iPhone storage and I look at the apps and I scroll through them.
And
Like,
yet you need everything in there.
yeah, and if there's something that I don't need, it's so small that's not worth me getting rid of. It's
But
like
it's gonna add up though.
it's like no, but it's like 4 megs. I go into
Oh.
it. It's like app 300 kilobytes and user data 3.5 megs. So it's like even if I got rid of that app, that user data still has to stay there.
Is there an app that's like small but has a large amount of user data? I know like
have to go
like
through.
Twitter like downloads every. I know you don't use Twitter, but Twitter like downloads everything and like just stores it so like you can still look at it if you're offline or something.
Caches it all.
Yeah, and so you have a massive like Twitter application.
All right, let's take a look. I'll go down to the bottom, find something small, and see what happens.
You know what? I wish and Apple's kind of done this a bit, but I wish the apps on PC were a little more self-contained.
I don't. Sea of Thieves was a pain in the ass to fix. So I have Crossfire on my computer right now, and I had to turn that off. And I would like to, and the best way to do that is to go into my Radeon software and turn it off per app. So I'll just turn it off for
we
Sea of
go.
Thieves. I couldn't do that. I had to do like a weird hack, and I
You're
got it to
a
work.
weird
but
hack.
Still not, but it's still friggin' stupid.
Yeah.
I need access to that.
Okay, so the HPL app, the Hamilton Public Library, the one that I use quite a bit,
5 gigs.
7.9 megs. The app itself is only 4.8 megs, and my user data is 3.1. So even if I offload the app, I'm only getting rid of 4.8.
And you use it too.
And I
though.
use it.
Yeah.
So it's just like there's no point to me. If I go up to the top, my biggest app is obviously Hearthstone. After that, I have Photos, 2.5 gigs. My next biggest app is iOS 12.2, apparently.
Well, you gotta run the OS.
Yeah, but it's like why? But I can't. I guess I can delete this update.
No.
So like, why is it even here? Why is it a delete?
Oh, wait, is it an update?
Yeah, the iOS 12.2 is listed as an app. I go to it. It gives me the size of 950 megs.
You know what?
It says delete update.
It might have downloaded in the background. You could probably delete that, or you could do it.
I could, but I won't have enough room to unpack it.
Oh my God, Christ! Updated through iTunes.
Oh fuck! I don't trust that thing anymore. I don't trust. My after I lost my library and after this fucking Windows Store debacle, I'm not. I don't put my phone and my iTunes together anymore.
I currently have 65 gigs used of 256.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I have a bunch of apps on here I don't.
It's a lot of
use.
leg room.
Yeah.
I'm all fucking cramped.
All right, that's it for the week. Thanks for listening.
I have a very brief query question.
All right, let's hear it.
What should GameStop do now?
Hell if I know. I
to
mean,
save
Grab a
themselves.
gas
I
can.
feel-
No,
Just douse
a legitimate.
stores.
Why don't they?
I feel like
Why don't
and then
they
claim the
start
insurance
with
money.
getting an online presence? Like, why don't they start doing game news?
Didn't they
Because
try to?
that's-
Didn't they try to buy?
well, they own Game Informer.
No,
They
but
own
didn't- Yeah, GameSpot. And
GameStop owns Game
Well,
Informer.
fucking. I mean, they did. I bitched about their mobile app, or mobile website for like years on Twitter.
But now
and
it's
then
nice.
Now they actually did it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure.
Weren't they looking at doing self-published shit? Like, weren't they going to publish a Double Fine game at one point, and it was going to be like an exclusive game?
See, that would actually make sense. That would be.
I think they were dabbling with that idea at some point. They're like, oh, we're going to fund a game,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a retail purchase only game for us.
Yeah.
And I think something like, all right, nobody's going to fucking buy it because nobody's going to know it's there.
They should do. They should publish apps. That's a low entry point, and it probably easier than getting into AAA games, and console games. And they just take a portion of the sales or whatever.
I think the problem with, like, there are some big games on mobile.
Yeah,
but it's only a handful that are really making a ton of money.
I don't
think publishing apps would save them.
I'm not saying it would save them, but I think what they need to start doing is like that would be an entry point into doing things like that retail project or doing things like we'll just publish games now.
Yeah.
Like I think that the issue I think is that it's not their specific business that's failing. It's that business model is actually starting to disappear. Like retail is starting to disappear.
Yeah, it's not directly their fault. It's not like they made mistakes. It's just that people are buying places not there.
The
they're
industry
buying
is
stuff
booming.
in other places. Yeah.
The industry is booming, but that segment is dying.
Yeah.
That segment is old now.
And clearly their toys aren't picking up the slack.
Because I think a lot of people don't go for that stuff. Like I think some do.
It's tough now because like Amazon is just where everyone goes for shopping online. If I'm looking for something, it's literally the first place I look. You know.
Well, it's also because you're here.
No, I will immediately go to Amazon for anything.
Yeah, you guys are in a smaller township.
Yeah, but I'm like 20 minutes away from a city.
Yeah, but that 20 minutes is a long time.
But like it would still take...
for me, I have Meadowlands right there. Sometimes it is easier.
No, but people in cities are buying Amazon. They buy TVs and stuff on Amazon.
Yeah. Because they're shopping, like it's them just shopping around at outlets as if they were doing anything else. But there are times where it's just like I have Amazon too, and I do shop a lot on Amazon. But sometimes it's just like I need this now. Like I'm not.
I will do that for sure.
But clearly retail is falling.
Yeah. No,
and Amazon is not doing nothing but picking up.
Yeah. I was gonna say though is if you lived where I was and you had you had a shopping center right there. I think it wouldn't dial back a whole lot. I'm saying your Amazon purchases would dial back slightly.
I understand what you're saying, yeah. Because like that, I just ordered...
Like geography does play a factor.
I just ordered a new RAM. I would prefer to have it right now.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go drive and pick it up.
There you go. But if Canada Computers had it and you were 10 minutes away...
Although they didn't have that one when I bought my PC.
Yeah, they didn't have the fucking fan I need either. Like the one fan, it's like, fuck. Then look on, like I'm in the store, I'm looking on their website. It's like one store has it in Oakville. I'm just like, fuck this.
I think that guy we bought it from, I don't know if many people just buy piecemeal computers there.
What do you mean?
He seemed a little shocked that we were buying everything in one day and just gonna go build a PC.
I think because it's a large purchase, same with car salesmen. I think it's like it's a large purchase, so they get a lot of clients that just talk. Like, oh, I'll build this one day. Or they do piecemeal, but like it's never like, yeah, okay, I'll pay the $2,000.
I'll buy everything
you know
right
what I mean?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll buy $2,000 worth of stuff. It's like, oh, Jesus, okay.
I was gonna space it out more, but you just said just buy everything. We'll build it today.
Well, because the thing is like, why? Like, if you had the money
because
there,
it's for my own mental. It's illogical, and I recognize.
No,
this.
I'm the same way. I spread things out.
But it feels like I'm spending less if I spread it out.
I mean, you kind of are because you're spending less per statement if you do like a monthly statement for yourself, kind of thing.
Not really, but
you're not filing a monthly statement, but you're getting paid every couple of weeks or whatever.
Yeah, but I wasn't even planning on spreading it over like even more than 2 weeks.
Oh, see that doesn't make sense then.
But just mentally, it feels like it would be less of a big purchase on me than just saying, "Oh, that's $2,000. Here's my credit card."
Right.
Which is what I did anyway. But
yeah.
But good times.
I think they should. They should buy Discord, and then they'll have an online store. They'll have an online subscription service, Discord Nitro. They'll have a chat app.
Is the Discord store doing well though?
I don't know.
Isn't it only in Canada too?
It would. I think they've already expanded.
Okay.
Like it was like a beta.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
like,
such
I was going to say they should
weird-
buy Humble,
So
but
why us? Why us for a beta? Is it like a population thing?
might be just easier to get the rights or something.
Were we just an ideal population size to try that?
Maybe.
But I think they need to get into digital game sales, and I think that's the best way to do it. Because them starting up their own thing, I don't think is going to go anywhere. But if they buy somebody that exists, they should buy GOG.
Or GOG, yeah. Humble Bundle's owned by IGN, I believe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but could they afford IGN? Could they buy IGN and then have Humble Bundle too? Like in my opinion, what they should be doing is,
Based on how much money they're losing, I don't know if they could buy IGN.
see, the thing is I would start. I mean, personally, I don't run a big company, but I would start dumping my EB Games locations and my GameStop locations, whichever ones aren't cutting, like, just get out of here.
I'm sure they've done that already. I think we've covered stories of them cutting like 200 stores and stuff like that.
No, but I mean, like, I don't think that segment is going to be alive at all. Like, them trying different strategies on a dying segment is. I'm sure in 10 years we'll probably still have some GameStops and EB Games because there's going to be some areas that do good. Some people still do the trade-ins and stuff like that. But I don't think it's going to be like every mall.
Yeah, I don't know what 10 years.
I don't think it's
10
going to
years.
be. I don't think it's going to be every mall.
10 years.
I would say 10 years.
Blockbuster went down faster.
10
than that.
years.
Although, I mean, unless you count like the one straggler left, but
But the thing is, GameStop has transitioned over to merchandise.
And they do stuff online, and that's still a fair bit.
They might be able to buy out.
They should buy IGN. Is what they should do. In my opinion.
But it that you're essentially doing because you said they own Game Informer.
That's fine.
So it's pretty much one publisher.
I would start jumping
News
ship from the
publisher
retail store
buying
market.
out another news publisher.
But Game Informer is nowhere near as big as IGN.
Yeah. But I in my opinion, I think they should stop. Whatever, they probably have more data than us, but assuming that segment is either disappearing or will shrink a lot, stop trying to reinvigorate that space. Start trying to diversify the portfolio. Because all their stock right now is in stores. They're diversifying within the stores. But what if the stores in general go away?
Yeah.
But if you're online and you're in store, well, what if both of them do okay?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Let's buy IGN, boys.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
Let's do it.
I think it's like millions of dollars.
I don't want IGN.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't want fucking IGN.
Got a line of credit? Hey, John, you got a line of credit?
Yeah. I don't want I. You know what happened today? I walked into a bank to withdraw money. Walked out with a new credit card.
What the fuck? God damn it.
Yeah. I was just like, how the fuck did this happen?
Goes back in, cancels it immediately.
Well, because what happened was I went in to withdraw money. I need some cash for tomorrow, and I just had there was the pamphlet for four TD Visa cards. 2 of them are travel cards. 2 of them are not. And then I was talking to tell her. She's like, yeah. She's like, this one right here, and this is the one I was looking at. She's like, this one doesn't actually have an annual fee for the first year. I'm just like, all right, fine, sign me up. Because it's like, I want a travel card because I'm sick and tired of putting travel on my MasterCard, which doesn't, and then I have to buy medical and cancellation insurance separately. When I could have just put it on this card, and it would have been covered automatically. Because even if I did pay an annual fee on it, it's cheaper than the cost of me buying out the insurance.
Mm.
So it's like, if I travel once a year and I put it on this card, I can justify the fee.
How long do you think it's going to take for mobile payments to be more than the tap limit?
It is. I don't know who sets the ultimate cap, but
I think it's
the
retailers,
retailer can adjust it. I don't think
because like they're talking about how mobile payments are supposed to replace credit cards, right?
But which I don't believe.
That's not going to be possible. Well, it could happen. They're more secure, actually.
But the thing is just like with a car, you still have a physical key.
Oh, the credit card itself is still going to exist. But I'm wondering when, because I wouldn't be able to buy this $2,000 PC on Apple Pay because the limit is $100.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I'm wondering when is that going to happen where I can use Apple Pay to buy a $2,000.
I mean, I wouldn't do that, but yeah.
Why not,
what you mean. Huh?
Why not?
I don't. I think that tap is still like the problem with tap is that it's really fast and easy for convenience. So therefore, if somebody cracks it, it's fast and easy for them to steal it. They could just tap your pocket, have a machine in their pocket. They bump into you in a crowd.
You need authentication though.
Not necessarily.
Anytime you want to go pay with it, you need to verify with your face or fingerprint.
It doesn't. It's not.
It's not always broadcasting.
The devices are not. Are not.
No, but I'm talking about
the
the physical credit cards. And as long as those are potentially vulnerable, although I don't know what security measures are there, but as long as those are potentially vulnerable, they have to abide by the same thing. I would say.
Yeah, no, but like.
Keep it at home.
But then why are you saying no to Apple Pay?
Because I think that they will be putting them both together. Like they will keep them together because it's the same, because the machine probably sees it as the same thing.
Yeah, can the machine actually tell if it's a mobile payment or a physical card?
Like it's like in terms of the system, it's probably the same thing.
And can it tell if I
think
put
so?
my Amiibo on it?
Oh fuck, that's great.
You'd have to ask like a person that runs those machines or whatever, like a one of the like people that like maintain the machine.
I actually should. My sister-in-law, the one that works for Dairy Queen Corporate.
Yeah.
Her brother deals with software on the fucking tap terminal.
That'd be an interesting question.
I just thought about it because when Apple announced their new credit card, they said they have the physical card still, and they said for the few times when you still need a physical card. But I'm like, that's a lot of times when I'm doing anything over $100.
Yeah, but there's a way around that.
So I can still tap?
Mm-hmm.
Which is what?
I played around with this one day while I was at work. You just tell the cashier to split the transaction.
So
Hey, my thing's $150. I just want to put it on two separate cards. Can you do 90 on one? And then she'll go, okay, authorizes for 90. And then you just tap that card. Boop. Okay, that went through. And then, okay, remaining balance. All right, I want to use a different card. And then when they go say, all right, go for it, you just tap the same card again, and it goes through.
That's a $2,000 computer.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I want to split this 20 ways, please.
You could, but it would
or no.
Here. Let me tell you something. I have done not $2,000, but I had a customer one time who didn't know the pin couldn't remember the pin to his credit card, to his card. He's like, I just tap this thing constantly. I'm like, yeah, but you're over the $100 limit. It won't tap. He's like, fuck. He's like, I don't know. He's like, and I don't want to guess. It's gonna lock it out. I'm like, all right, like let's do this here. Like, and I just like I brought the total down to just under 100. I'm like, tap it. It went through. I'm like, all right, go again. He tapped it. I'm like, and one more time for the remaining balance. And boom, done. And then on the receipt, split it goes tapped, tapped, and tapped.
But I'm still not going to do that 20 times.
Oh, what I'm saying though is yes, for that, but it is possible to bypass that $100 limit.
Yes. All right.
I don't know if I was allowed to do that, but I did it.
I mean, the store got their money, so
Yeah.
that they're not gonna give a fuck.
We'll see you guys next week. Matt and I stream on the twitch.tv/DayOnePatchMedia.
Same Twitch time, same Twitch channel.
We're trying to get Call of Duty going.
Yeah.
We wanna do all the CODs.
We might actually play through all of them, which would be pretty exciting.
That's a lot of COD.
It's a lot of COD.
But it's a lot of the campaigns.
You guys even gonna do the Kevin Spacey one?
Yeah, all of them.
No, see, Ryan doesn't want to.
I'll blur it out in post.
Damn it.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.